God, Be Different podcast is so sick. I just don't understand why people don't just spell it BeDFRNT, okay? I wonder if Given's gonna be on time today. He's always late. I mean, could this red light be any longer? And this guy, Captain Jaywalker over here. Take it easy, buddy. What is that? Not again. Unbelievable. I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be friggin' late. Greg, I'm gonna be late. My car broke down again. I don't know what's going on. I just took it in the shop yesterday, and I'll get there as soon as I can. I'm gonna call an Uber right now. Yeah, I'm gonna call an Uber. It's fine. You don't need to pick me up, okay? I'll be fine. I'm gonna grab an Uber. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Hopefully there's an Uber close by. All right. Is it? Wait.
What's going on?
Wait, you're the Uber driver?
I am. Hey.
Dude, we're doing an interview.
Sorry, bad news, but it is surging right now, so this $10 ride.
That's all right. Hey, as long as you'll still do the interview, are you cool with this?
For sure, and this is an Uber XL, so it might cost you.
All right, I'll hop in.
Man, let's go.
Dude, I can't believe this. I'm trying to run it. Good seeing you, dude. Pleasure.
Man.
I thought I'd see you in about 15 minutes, but this actually works better.
You're the king of Cincinnati.
We should have just done the full interview in the car.
I've done that before.
The only problem is that now that you don't have the rendezvous anymore.
No, we had to upgrade.
All right, Stainbrook. Let's get this. Be Different podcast is back, and we're not in the downtown studio. We're not there. We are at the Cintas Center, one of the best facilities in all of the country, home of the Xavier Musketeers, obviously my favorite college basketball school. But Brad Redford is here, Nick Given, Greg Wichard, and we have a special guest, former Xavier great, standing at 6'10", 270 pounds, which we actually spoke about prior to going on the air, professional basketball player, better known as the Stain Train. Matt Stainbrook is here in studio with the Be Different podcast. Matt, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you getting up. And how is everything going for you this morning?
Everything's going good. I'm glad to be here. I'm hoping that you're not going to throw me too tough of questions, but I'll just avoid them if I don't want to.
If anyone's going to throw you a tough question, it's not going to be me. It's Greg Wichard throws out some random tough questions during interviews. Like you are known for it.
It's about the detail. It's about the detail.
All right. Well, off air, we were talking about a situation that happened. This was about a month ago at the podcast. And Matt, I understand that you were not here, but I do want your feedback. I want your response. I want to understand how you feel about this situation. And it all essentially circles around, one thing, and that's a blueberry muffin or multiple blueberry muffins. So we get up very early for this podcast, Matt, and prior to me bringing in these blueberry muffins, Greg and Nick were like, hey, we're pretty hungry. We could use some food maybe before, getting on the air, and having an interview. And I was like, hey, guys, no problem. Next week, I'm going to bring in some muffins. I'll bring them in. So I did what I needed to do. The night before we come in and do the interview, I go to Kroger. Okay, I go in there, grab some blueberry muffins. I grab some butter. I also grab some fruit and vegetable juice just to get everyone excited for the day. I bring them in. I say, hey, guys, I brought what you asked me. Here it is. I go, Greg, do you want your blueberry muffin heated up? He said yes. He wants it heated up. I put it in the toaster. I grab the butter, grab a knife. I butter up the blueberry muffin. I give it to Greg. I put it right next to him where he sits. I also pour him some fruit and vegetable juice. And long story short, Greg never ate the muffin. He left it there the whole time next to him, didn't have it. I put in all the work that I felt like I needed to show these guys I care about them. We get up in the morning, I give you a muffin, and I heat it up for you. I butter it for you, and these guys don't eat it. They don't take advantage of it, and I'm still upset about it.
If you'd like the true story, I could follow.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit of a rebuttal.
So the true story is that I heard from his girlfriend that he did not go to Kroger the night before to get the muffins. They were already there. He stole them from her.
Yes.
B.
That is fine.
That's
That's a very
true statement.
Yeah, you don't even know.
whether it's true or not. It doesn't matter. The story still
and
holds
then
true.
B. We never asked for breakfast. Neither of us
We don't
eat
eat
until the
breakfast.
afternoon ever. And I know this because we also live together. So I know this is a fact. We don't eat in the morning. And then 3, he just shoved these blueberry muffins in front of us. I politely declined, and he politely accepted.
I accepted. But then I had to get stuff together for the actual
Because Brad
podcast
can't even
that we were
put
doing.
the damn mic together. How are we,
I drank his juice.
All right, so
Drank the whole juice.
So I've said what I needed to say. I'm not even going to say a response.
Would you have eaten the muffin?
You know what? I'll be Switzerland at this point. I'm gonna say it could go either way. You know, now
I'll agree with both of you.
I'm gonna say if Brad,
No, you have to disagree with somebody.
If Brad had maybe cooked the muffins, baked them himself, then
Right.
man, you got to give a
I
courtesy
definitely
bite.
would eat it.
You have
Okay,
to
if
at
I-
least take a bite.
Yeah.
Let him know. Oh wow, thanks for bringing that in. That's really good. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Now if he brings in a box of Kroger brand blueberry muffins,
he's like cutting corners.
They were not Kroger. I think they
I
were
would-
Aunt Millie's, and those are new.
Oh, next thing you know, they're gonna be Holtman
If
muffins.
you're bringing it
Yeah.
in a plastic container, I would almost say like, oh, if I don't want one, I'm not going to eat it.
It was a
'cause
plastic
you're gonna
bag.
take it back.
It was a plastic
You
bag.
might want to bring that
Gosh.
back home.
yeah,
but
there could have been a
homemade.
coli in that. For all we knew, there
Well,
could have
I-
been a coli from the plastic bag after muffins sitting in there.
I'll tell you right
Bacteria
now,
builds.
I'll never turn down a blueberry muffin. You know,
There you go.
Well,
if
he's
you look at
Switzerland.
me, you know I'm gonna eat a blueberry muffin.
I love that. I love that. Matt, how's your summer going? What's going on with you right now? I know you're back in town from playing professionally overseas, but what's going on with you right now this summer?
Yeah, so I actually got back beginning of May, so I've only been back for a couple weeks. You know, after the season, try to decompress a little bit. Just relaxing. Now I'm sort of getting back in the swing of working out and getting ready for the next season. But in the summers, it's pretty relaxed for me. I like to travel. I like to see my friends, see my family. It does get a little bit slow. Yesterday I just bought a smoker. Never smoked anything in my life. And I'm talking about meat, of course.
I was going to say, no one hears.
Yeah, I like to pick up some hobbies. I'm a weird dude. I like to try new things, so I'll definitely be trying a lot
What's
of
the
things
first
this
meat
summer.
you're going to smoke?
You know what? I really want to do brisket. It might be
yeah.
pretty
He's
hard.
going right for it.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, it took me about 2 hours yesterday. I had to pre-season the smoker.
Yeah.
It took assembly took about 35 minutes. So I think I'm gonna go all in on this.
think you
but-
should.
Did you get any of the flavored smoking chips?
Yeah, I got
There you go.
a blend. I got a blend.
That's the way to go.
Hickory and walnut. I don't even know. I just made that up actually.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, you're a man of many hobbies, and you talked about some of the things that you do that's weird. Is there anything that you've picked up since leaving Xavier overseas? I mean, that you find yourself doing? You're like, man, this is just, I don't know how I got into this.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved travel. And with Xavier, obviously, they have all the travel. You've traveled really nice, private plane and everything. And, after college, I'm like, wow, flying economy sucks. I at least need exit row. I'm dying over here. So I picked up the travel hobby. So now I'm kind of, I ball on a budget, so to say. And so I follow all these travel blogs. I try to find the best deals. I try to scheme in a way, and that's sort of what I did. So actually, my little brother Tim's coming back from Spain on Thursday, and the team pays for the flight. But I said, hey, if they want to just give you some money and I'll book the flight for you, we can do that. I'll find a better deal. I said, okay. So they're gonna give him some money, and I actually got him business class flying from Spain. So he's going to be in a nice lie flat seat. He ordered his sea bass for dinner.
Nice.
I mean, that's what I kind of enjoy now. So I do a lot of travel, a lot of travel deals.
Nice. Where are you going this summer?
This summer, I'm headed to, let's see, we're going Dallas, Las Vegas, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, China. I had a trip planned to Colombia, but it ended up, I wanted to go see Pablo Escobar, but it ended up conflicting with the China trip. So, that's the travel I got going on.
Is your girlfriend going with you as well, or are these all solo Matt Stainbrook trips?
You know what? Let's see. She's going to Dallas with me. I'm going to visit some friends. Las Vegas is a guy's trip, so she will not be present. China is a team trip. She's not going to come. Can't get time off work. And I am going to Mexico with her. We got a week in Mexico.
Nice.
All right, Matt. Well, let's get the full Matt Stainbrook story right now. We're gonna go back a little bit right now to your time in high school.
Okay.
I was looking at some old interviews of you over the last number of years, and out of high school, just one college scholarship offer, one at the Division I level.
Correct.
Right, and you look back now and you're like, that is insane at your size with how skilled that you obviously are playing professionally. Take me back to that time in high school. Where were you at as a senior when you actually did get that scholarship offer from Western Michigan?
I remember my senior year. It's April, so we're about to end school, and I had my application filled out to Case Western Reserve Division III. I was ready. The coach wanted me to play. All right, sweet. I'm gonna be playing Division III. I get a call from Western Michigan. They say, hey, come up, but only on an unofficial visit. They didn't even want to pay for me to come up there and see him. So I go up with my parents. We rent a hotel. We had to pay for our own meals and everything. And they said, hey, we're going to offer you a scholarship, but we need to know in the next 2 days. All right, well, I don't want to pay for college, so it looks like I'm going to Western Michigan. But, I was grateful for that opportunity. I loved my time at Western Michigan. I met a lot of good friends and had a lot of fun there. But, yeah, coming out of high school, it was either Western Michigan or Division III, and that was a pretty easy choice for me.
And I don't understand why I get no credit after you left Western Michigan for you coming to Xavier. I get no credit for it. Are you aware of this? What happened?
I don't know.
I get absolutely zero credit for Matt Stainbrook coming to Xavier University, and I believe that I should get some credit.
Really?
So we were in the NCAA tournament. I was a junior at that time. Rick Carter was the assistant coach at Western Michigan. And I had seen Matt play a handful of times, and I watched Matt play against Duke, and you were fantastic in that game. Played really well. It was on ESPN, and I remember watching it after practice. Rick had called me and said that you were transferring, and I think at that time you had only an offer from Bradley, I believe.
I had an offer from Bradley. I think I was going to visit Wright State.
So I texted Travis Steele, and I said, hey, Matt Stainbrook is available from Western, really good player. I think you guys should take a look at him. He's not getting a ton of high-level Division I interest. Is that fair?
That's correct, yeah.
And then next thing I know, Stainbrook's visiting on campus. But I still receive no credit. That's a complete true story.
Wow,
and
I did not know that.
Why that has not been
Wait a minute,
relayed.
you didn't even know this?
I did not. I
don't know if I believe this.
No, it absolutely. You can ask Travis. It absolutely happened, but I get no credit. They say, "Oh, you guys did a great job bringing Matt in."
I don't think that
I gave them
After
the
the
tip.
blueberry muffin story?
I gave them the
I don't
tip. I gave them the absolute tip.
I could understand that because I remember when I was on my visit.
Because how else would they call you?
Maybe
pick
Rick
up their
Carter.
phone?
That would be my funny story.
I'll give Rick a piece of it for sure, but I mean,
Funny story. I remember when Travis Steele called me. I didn't know who he was. It was kind of out of the blue that I got a call from Xavier, and I think he leaves a voice message first, and I'm listening to the voice message, and I'm like, all right, let me call him back, and then you look up who Travis Steele is on the internet, and man, the way he talks, I thought he was like 85 years old. I seriously, he has that sort of smooth, slick voice. When I'm listening to it, I don't know who he is. I'm like, okay, this guy's like a little bit older, maybe 60, 70, and you look him up, and he's a young guy. I was like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't, say something that would give that away.
So then when you come to Xavier, did Chris Matt give you the conditions over the phone, or did he give you the conditions once you got here in terms of what you needed to lose? He said the conditions were to lose your elbow and knee brace. He said to lose 50 pounds, and he also said to cut your hair. So did you agree with this before going to Xavier, or did he get you here and he say, hey, Matt Stainbrook, I got you. Now this is what you're going to do?
Yeah, so he, I remember on my visit, he sits me down. I believe it's in the lobby of the West End downtown. And he sits me down, separates me from my parents. Great decision right there. And he says, all right, we wanna offer you, but we need some conditions. And he laid out those conditions.
Oh, so we did it prior to the offer.
Yes.
Okay.
And he said that, and at that point, I'd already walked through all the facilities. I walked through everything. I said, yeah, you can. And that actually at first, additionally to those conditions, he also said you need to lose his glasses. And I said,
oh yeah,
but coach, I can't see.
yeah, those are prescription.
I actually need those. So I agreed though on the spot. There was no argument from me, but yeah, he definitely kind of popped it on me.
I've got two questions for you.
See, here it goes. These are
Question
great.
one. Question one. Did you ever go to a Central versus Western football game?
I did.
Okay.
The home one.
Okay. I went to a couple of those. They were a lot of fun. 2.
Greg went to Toledo. And
Yeah.
he's a big fan
Yeah, we
of,
both
of
went to Toledo,
Mac
so-
basketball
Love
and
the
football.
Mac.
Okay, love the
Yeah.
Mac.
So he liked you more at Western.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. And like, would Xavier, are they allowed to offer to pay for LASIK or anything like that? Was that something they'd be allowed to do, or was that ever on the table or anything like that?
Wow.
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I've always been against getting contacts, and I don't know why. I just
Yeah.
don't,
No, they suck.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of those.
I'm afraid of putting things in my eyes. So
Yeah.
You get used to it.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a great question.
So you
I'd
were-
always wanted even like NBA, like guys in the NBA who wear contacts, and like they're always falling out and stuff. It's just like you'd think the team, like some insurance, would be like, we can do the LASIK for
I hear
you.
specials ran on the radio all the time, so
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think that the big budget would be able to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have thought that would have been a rebuttal from Chris Mack, that he would have had the foresight to say, hey,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need those goggles. I'll get you some LASIK,
Yeah,
and your
yeah,
vision's
you'd
going to get back to
think.
normal.
People
Yeah.
always ask me, why do you wear glasses? Why no contact? Another thing is, people don't know this, but I have like a slight left lazy eye. So, you can't tell. It's not
Yeah.
like big enough that I'm like looking 2 different
Yeah.
directions. But
You're not looking east and west. Of the
I've
game.
never noticed that,
Yeah.
but
But
well, it's
when-
because the glasses.
yeah, and that's what they say. They say when you have glasses, they put a small prism in there that helps correct it. That you can't have those with contacts. Now I don't know about LASIK, but with
That's
contacts,
interesting.
it's not as good. I'd
Gotcha.
still be better, but not as
Okay, good.
that was,
That was it. That's
I
all
love
got.
that. All right. Well, Matt, let's go to your sit-out year. We're going to go to the sit-out year. So your time at Xavier, you had to lose a lot of weight. We know that. You did a great job in terms of diet, working out, working with Matt Jennings in the weight room. But what I want to talk about a little bit more is your style, because you became known for, almost what I would say like a professor look on the
Correct.
sidelines.
Correct.
You had a bow tie that you would wear every game. I mean, essentially you looked flawless. I just want to know... I want to know where that style came from, and who got you to do that.
It was just me on my own, to be honest. And I think with the sit-out year, you get a little bored when you can't play, you can't travel. So I thought, hey, what can I do to sort of entertain myself? I'd work out before the games with assistant coach. I'd watch the games. I said, you know what? Let me dress up for it. Let me find some stuff. And actually, I think my best attribute was my sports coat. I got that from my grandfather. So I don't even know what material it was. I think it had the elbow pads on it.
It looked a little itchy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
And
it looked
to-
like one of those very itchy jackets that you see.
To be honest, as soon as the game was over, I took it off. 'Cause, like, man, there might be something living in there. Like, I have no clue. But yeah, I enjoyed that. You go to like, I don't know, Marshalls and get a couple bow ties, and I actually had Cliff Jenkins show me how to tie the bow tie. So that was the first.
And I screwed up today. I told
didn't bring it?
so I didn't have a bow tie.
You
I wanted to see how quickly you could tie a bow tie.
we do have the text message app. You could have been like, hey, bring a bow
True.
tie.
I don't know.
Brad,
If they're
you
somewhere in
just-
storage. I haven't
Yeah, they're
worn
in
them.
storage.
I'd have
How
to.
long-
Not
would-
all the bow ties. I could have brought one.
Which one can you do faster, a Rubik's Cube or a bow tie?
Bow tie for sure. I've never done a Rubik's Cube.
Okay, I was gonna say,
He
say,
just
where'd
strikes
that
me
come
as
from?
someone who
Yeah,
can do
it's
it.
not-
He
Because
looks.
he has glasses.
I don't know.
Yeah, and he just. I mean, I feel like
Nothing wrong
he's
with those
known as being
stereotypes.
like a smart guy. Like I think when people
Good.
think of Matt Stainbrook, they think of not just
A
a basketball
Rubik's
player, but
Cube.
intelligence. The guy's
Gotcha.
very bright. Has like
Wow.
not just good at basketball, but has like I don't want to
Brad's
say
really-
like weirdly good at other
You
stuff.
saying I'm,
but,
like, I'm book smart, street dumb, or
yeah. No, I didn't. No, I don't.
Brad's really gassing you up over
yeah.
there.
Wow.
I am gassing. But what's not to gas up? It's the Stain Train. Do people still call you the Stain Train overseas?
Not so in Germany, yes. In Spain these past years, not too much. They go with the big mat, like that. That's how they say it too.
Big
Any,
Mott.
any other
Big Mott.
nicknames? Any other that you over the overseas travels they've given you?
Not really. No, they're not. No, I'm gonna say no.
No.
Not
Okay.
too creative over there.
No.
Overseas.
They are very
Yeah.
very enthusiastic though. I mean,
Yeah, what's the games like? The atmosphere of the games.
So
all
I'd
good?
say there's average between about 3,000 to 5,000 fans per game. We have a really good following. The team I played for, Breogan, and I mean they are like soccer hooligans. So imagine soccer fans at a basketball game, and it's
Nice.
insane. I remember like my first time being there playing a game, and they get on the refs when they make a bad call. One ref made this terrible call. I was on the bench, and you sort of look back, and the crowd's screaming. But then you see, and this is a cultural difference. The middle finger in Spain is not as serious as it would be here. But I remember looking back in the crowd, and you see a mom holding a toddler, leaning over the railing, flipping a bird. I'm looking around like, oh my God. I see my girlfriend and all the other girlfriends and wives of the team are yelling at this ref, and I'm looking at my girlfriend and I'm like, no, don't do that. I do not want to have to like fight somebody. Like, this is not me. So yeah, you sit in the sand and just politely clap, give a golf clap.
Is it acceptable for players to flip the bird?
Because that'd be awesome.
At a referee or at a coach or at a teammate?
I would
maybe?
say no. But if a fan or if a player flips the bird to a fan, I don't think anything's going to happen. I remember there's a couple times when we beat a team or our team beats us and we're walking through the tunnel and you see someone, the fan's standing right in front of you giving you the middle finger and then another fan's giving him the middle finger. It's not like out of question.
Man, I just want to let you know this, Matt, but you have the 24th best field goal percentage in Big East history.
Really?
Yeah. So
I love that.
You make a T-shirt with that.
I should.
Top fourth man.
24. I mean, there's some big names.
Top 25.
What are the other names on that list?
24. You go 24.
Michael Bridges. Let's see. Zach Hansman, Tyler Weidman, Luke Fisher. Let's see. Roy Hibbert, Daniel Echefu, Josh Hart. I mean, there's some. Emeka Okafor. You're actually ahead of Emeka Okafor. Yep. Crowder. There's some names on there.
There are some names on there. There are. You just named
I
a
did.
good amount of them.
I thought you wanted more from me. I was just throwing in a tidbit.
No, keep it going. Keep it going, man. No, I pride myself in efficiency. That's what overseas they have this like valuation number. They combine the points you scored, the rebounds you have, the assists you have, then they subtract turnover, subtract missed shots, missed free throws, and they kind of formulate it into a number. And for me, if I have 5 points and 5 rebounds, but my valuation is 20 or whatever, and I did it in an efficient way, that's a lot more pleasing for me than having 25 points. So I definitely appreciate that stat. And
Good.
I'm glad to know that.
Hell, heck yeah.
Well, what was it that clicked for you as a player? And we talked about in high school, you just had one Division I scholarship offer. You played 2 years at Western. And then you come to Xavier and you become an all Big East player, and you've been playing professionally now for 3 years. Next year will be your 4th year. Like, what was the moment for you, probably more mentally than physically? Like, what was it that clicked to you? Like, man, I can do this. I can be really, really good and play at the highest level.
I think for me, it was gaining a lot of confidence. And coming out of high school, I know that summer going into my freshman year at Western, I told myself, you know what, I'm going all in on this. I may fail, I may not do well, I may find myself working a finance job once I'm done, but I'm going to enjoy everything about this and play basketball really, really hard. So I said, you know what, this summer, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to have the ultimate confidence in myself. And I think that's really what all started, got it rolling. That summer I played really well in the preseason workouts at Western, and they, when I came, they said, hey, we're going to offer you a scholarship, but you're probably going to redshirt your first year. That's pretty inevitable. I ended up playing really well, ended up starting majority of the games my freshman year, played well my sophomore year, and at that point, that confidence has started rolling. I come to Xavier, my sit-out year, lose a lot of weight, kept the confidence rolling. And honestly, ever since that, I have my highs and my lows with the confidence and my playing, but I always go back to, who I am as a player. I have the ultimate confidence in myself to make other people better. I'm not always going to score a ton of points. I'm not always going to play the best defense. But if I can make my teammates better in some way, then I'm happy about that.
Well, and you said you patterned your game after Anderson Varejao,
yeah,
which I find very interesting. What is it about Anderson Varejao that you see in yourself?
I mean, I like his energy. I like how he just always plays hard,
I just never hear that.
No, ever.
Who'd you pattern your game on? It's like Michael Jordan,
great
Kobe
hair.
Bryant, Anderson Varejao.
He has a really good flow.
Good
If
flow,
I had
great
curly
flow.
hair like him, you would see me with a fro like
Oh,
that,
that would
looking
be
like
great.
Sideshow Bob. That's awesome.
You'd be on the sidelines, like spritzing it up a little
Yeah.
bit.
And I think by no imagination, anyone will say he's the most athletic guy, also like me. But
You got great feet, though.
Yeah.
You got dancing feet. You got those, soft toes, quick toes.
willing to take a charge, willing to sacrifice his body.
Yeah.
I like that.
He knew his role in the Cavs, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, Matt, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to do 10 rapid-fire questions with you right now. And I just want first thing that comes to mind. So I'll give you 2 possibilities on each question. Just the first thing you think of. Go ahead and say it, and then we can talk about it or we can move on. Are you ready for it? I'm gonna start relatively easy with these questions, and then I will let you know as we go 1 through 10, they do get progressively more challenging. So just be aware of that. I'm gonna ease you in, but once we get to like question 4, question 5, there's gonna be some challenging questions for you. Okay, but I want first thing out of Matt Stainbrook, what he thinks. Okay, first one: Gold Star or Skyline?
Skyline, easy.
Did you hear Yanni or Laurel?
Yanni.
J-Lo or Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston.
Would you rather drink a beer or work out?
Both.
More frustrating player as a Cavs fan: Rodney Hood or Jose Calderon?
Rodney Hood.
Which interview were you more excited for, Dan Patrick or Brad Redford?
Brad Redford.
Yes or no? You asked Sean Miller for money when you played Arizona in the Sweet 16.
No.
Would you rather be an NBA player or a world-renowned chef?
Ooh. World-renowned chef, for sure.
Better looking, Chris Mack or Travis Steele?
Ooh.
First thing.
Travis Steele.
Last one. Bigger influence, your dad or Anderson Varejao?
My dad.
That's a good answer on the last one.
Yeah, I mean, there's some where I got some pauses in there, but for the most part, I'm pretty confident on my answers.
There are some tough ones in there.
Man. Travis Steele or Chris Mack? Oh, that's a tough one.
Better looking, Chris Mack or Travis Steele? Well, you said Travis?
I mean, yeah, Travis is a little more, I'd say, dainty.
A little bit more dainty than Chris. I can't wait. I hope Chris. I hope Chris finds this. It's like,
God.
So Travis, Matt thinks you're dainty and you've got an old voice.
Well, when's he gonna get a cane? That's all I'm waiting for.
Well, the funny thing, we were talking before the show about like when you're back in Cincinnati, and every time somebody sees you, they try to relate to you by talking to you about something Xavier related. So like for that common point. So, for me right now, like people that'll see me, it's like, hey, Brad, what's going on? And I was like, hey, like doing well. It's just, Wednesday grabbing some lunch. And then they're just like, so, Chris Mack, like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, he's at Louisville. He's making a lot of money at Louisville. Yeah, I don't.
Incredible. I mean, I know a lot of people that are like bitter that he left. And I'll never be mad at Coach Mack. He gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. He believed in me. But yeah, when people say, man, I can't believe you didn't stay here, I said, you do know he got offered like, I don't know, $8 million more or something? Like that's like life-changing for your family, for you, I mean, if you're saying that you would turn down an extra $8 million, I mean, regardless of the circumstances, then I think you're not being objective. So
I don't know if I'd turn down an extra 200,000.
Exactly. I mean,
20,000 doesn't matter.
That's what I mean. The only way you turn down an extra $8 million is if you're making 50.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Where it's not insane.
Yeah.
But
and Chris did a great job at Xavier.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a great job.
He ran it for a long time. I mean, and he was bringing up the point the other day in 8-9 years.
Yeah.
After if
Travis
Steele like has his run here and
Krzyzewski's will be gone.
It'll be time for him to go on to UNC.
He'll be at Kansas, UNC, or Duke. And then we'll have to get another coach.
It'll be Brad Redford's turn.
Yeah, there you go.
Sign me up, guys.
do you want to get into coaching?
I'll never say never about anything. I'm always very open to listening, and I'm always open to new experiences. So, like, I would never say no. But would I say am I actively like searching to get in? No. Yeah. But I'm always like very open to new experiences, new opportunities. Wherever that leads me. But if I did, I would
what
definitely.
What kind of new experiences?
What's that?
What kind of new experiences?
Well, you got to be careful with how far we go here.
I'm just asking. I just asked one.
New
question.
experiences in general.
Traveling.
We talked about traveling.
You're the one making this weird
running,
right now.
maybe running a marathon.
Making bracelets out of beads, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, so those are all.
Who can run a marathon faster, you or your dad?
Right now. If me and my dad is a really good runner. Back in the day, there's no chance I would beat my dad. I do think that if I was able to train right now, I think I would be faster than my dad.
He ran the flying pig half, or was it the?
He did the flying pig half, which you saw my dad on the.
He was motoring.
Yeah, he's
he
quick,
was
man.
moving.
Although I know my dad struggles with hills. I mean, your dad's almost 60, so when he went up those hills in Eden Park from mile 5 to mile 9. In that flying pig half marathon, I know that Mike was struggling a little bit.
Your dad looks like the better looking version of Ted Danson.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
That
That's
is,
a compliment. Yeah.
yeah, that is an absolute compliment.
Yeah, he was rocking that tux at that black and white party, and I was like, wow.
My dad loves
This
pulling
guy.
out a good tux when
This guy.
really at all times. Like if there's any opportunity to wear a tux, even if it's a 2% opportunity, no one else is wearing a tux, but it's somewhat acceptable, my dad will be in a tux.
Classy man.
Classy.
Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, how's family doing? Everybody else all right?
Family's doing good. Excited to see a lot of my family, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles this summer. So I'm gonna enjoy that. That's why I like the summer. It's a slow time for me. So.
Well, Matt, enjoy your time off. And do you expect the Cavaliers to pull off this series against the Boston Celtics?
I do. I think if it's going to go 6 or 7, it's going to be the Cavs. Yeah.
Tom's a huge Celtics fan. He's Celtics junkie on Twitter as well. So Tom did not like that answer.
East Coast guy?
Yeah, he's an East Coast guy.
Man, I swear all East Coast guys are just like exactly the same. I have some friends and they're I was playing Fortnite with 2 of these East Coast friends I have, and they were joking around, but they're like, "Hey, you want to go see a Pawtucket Red Sox game? Just nice, have a beer, get in a fist fight with another fan, throw some peanuts at their wife." And I'm like, "Yep, that's East Coast." Yeah, they say, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. They say like masshole, that's what they are. Massachusetts, East Coast, so that makes a lot of sense.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for coming on, joining the Be Different podcast. Great stuff as always. Anytime that you're back in Cincinnati, you want to jump on, want to hang out with the Be Different crew, please do not be a stranger. We love having you on. Great personality, great player, fun guy, and we appreciate everything that you did for us this morning.
Definitely appreciate it. Glad to be on here.
All right. And that is the Be Different podcast, signing off.